Hello everybody, so this is our week 3 of our 4-week West Coast Swing course with myself, Philippe de Barros, and Hall has been assisting me. She'll be making an appearance very soon in this video. So a quick recap of what we did. At the beginning we looked at, we did a warm-up, thinking about the body and the different parts of the body and how we can, then the warm-up will help you in your West Coast swing. So we had about moving the head, we won't spend too much time on that, about the head, and then with about the shoulders and the collarbone and the rib cage, and we can think about the ribs being all of here. Some people only focus here, but we can think about, we had our hands on the bottom of the rib cage as well and at the top, and thought about moving it in various ways. That was a good tip from Elisa Glanville about the two parts of the ribs. Then, so when you're dancing, you can think about doing some background body motion, and then bigger ones when you want to hit something in the music. We also moved our hips and so on. So using all these pieces, we can start when we're dancing. If it matches the music, we can start bringing these in. However, I do recommend keeping it small, rather than the whole dance is really big. And then it's 3 minutes of this, rather than keeping it nice and relaxed. And then you might hit something in the music, and then go back to a little bit of background body motion. Then we looked at the A and the V shape. So we exaggerated, but we had both partners going to a V shape and an A shape. So this is the perfect opportunity to invite Ha, the amazing Ha, my lovely students. So we were practicing doing our V shape and our A shape. So we had, in our third position, we went into our whoop, which now creates this away energy or leverage. We keep a slight bend in the elbow. So we're going to, there we go, a little bend in the elbow. And then we also went into our A shape, which goes into compression. Again, we don't need to dance like this. But then we start creating the idea, but with our hips going back, but we still have this kind of like banana shape. And then we go into compression here, towards the front foot, and then towards the back foot. So this is the part of the magic of West Coast Swing. I've got other videos about that as well on this channel. We've covered this before. And then we looked at our partnership together. So we looked at our moves from last week, where we had posting on 4 and then playing together. So for example, we might do an underarm turn, 1 and a 2, 3 and 4. We posted, so I didn't do a full weight transfer. I posted so the follower knows they've reached the end, and then I can finish that weight transfer, and then we can play together. The follower doesn't have to get it straight away. They might do though. I like to, as we mentioned last time, I can bring the frame across. Then when it's time, we release the follower's hips. When it's time to go, I move towards the back of my foot, which moves the follower towards the back of their foot and releases the hips. I also like to move my hips in a diagonal position. I like that more than going straight back. And usually I like to go in a diagonal plane, but I'm not like at the moment twisting out. As I learn to control that connection, I can bring these twists, but I would recommend first just having that diagonal plane there. So we had that, we did it from last week, and then we had our walks. So we added 4 walks before we did a sugar push. This was a nice challenge we had here. So I went and 1, 2, 3, changing my pitch for triple step, triple step. So I changed my pitch a little bit before, so the follower knows they're going to be catching up with me. So now we started learning some new things. We did our back-to-back. I love this move. It's a bit different. So the back-to-back starts a bit like a sugar push. So it's 1, 2, we come out here. We spoke about turned out feet, so we're not having our feet like this, or like this, but more like this. And now usually back-to-back, you might have both people playing here, but we actually took 4 steps coming around. No, more than 4 steps. We went around here like this, and then I connected my partner before I want to shift the weight for the next pattern. We made this 8 counts for this particular choreography. Rock set, I wish I could fly. We love that choreography. So we went and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, shift on 8. We went to a cut-off. A quick point as well is to try and keep, a follower keeps the arms ready, because I might want to take one of the arms and do something. We have magnets as well. So when I have a connection with my follower, if I'm pushing down slightly, they're pushing up slightly. If I'm pushing to the side slightly, they're pushing to the side slightly. All directions, I'm going up, the follower's going down. So that helps us keep this connection. Beamer. So now we did a cut-off. So we went and 1, 2, 3, 4, and then the follower did something. Normally the follower at the front has the priority because they can't see what I'm doing, unless we're using connection to communicate something. But most of the time I'm not going to do something like this and then be like, they're not following me. So I'm going to follow my follower. because of the choreography, we didn't have much time to play together, but we do want you to practice this where you play together. Now, to get out of this, what we did was, I moved on to my left, did a triple step as I traced my arm down here for 5 and 6, as the follower did that nice switch step, because they can feel, the leader's starting to get me ready, perhaps to release my hips to come forward, so I need to be ready to go. But with the choreography, we made this a bit shorter. We went, and 1, 2, 3, hold 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Another music, we've now done 4 bars of 8. We hit the major 1 in the music. We want to mark it. The energy's just gone up. And she was singing, I wish I could fly. So we were marking it. So we started doing this like this together, keeping the center counterpoint as we went backwards. We did it for 8 counts. And then on one of the next count, we did a free spin, for example. And then we were enjoying marking that to the music. So use these concepts in your dancing, try and play together. Followers, don't be afraid to suggest stuff. So you're in front, this music's making you feel like this. See if the leader does it, but be ready, because the leader might take your arm and do something else. So don't be like, they take your arm trying to spin. You're like, no, I'm not spinning. You're like, because they might be framing something for the music, so you're working together. They take your arm and turn you, okay, I'm ready to go now. Anything else I missed out? Great. So for those watching on YouTube, I'd like to invite you to subscribe to this channel, should you so wish, by clicking on the subscribe button below and on the bell icon, and that helps you get notified when videos are available. And if you enjoyed this video, do feel free to give it a like. And don't forget, everybody, to enjoy your dancing and to be your own self, to be yourself on the dance floor.